Good evening and welcome to the Mindful Model Makers Workshop. This evening I'm not really going to do any modelling for a change. What I'm going to do is just talk about the channel and how now I've got to 1,031 subscribers. I do watch various things from vidIQ and various things like that, how to get 1,000 subscribers in a day, so many hours or whatever. I'm not saying I don't believe any of it, but realistically that's not really my thing. But the channel is beginning to now grow. So the channel is 10 months old. I've got 1,031 subscribers. I've written a few things down. I have got 283 videos on there. I've also achieved 1,598 public watch hours. You need 3,000 public watch hours to go over into the payment scheme. So I'm over halfway. But it's going quite well. So I looked up some of the statistics of the channel, and since it's been going I've had over 90,000 views altogether. Now what you've got to look at is what my channel is. It's called Mindful Model Maker, and it's done for a reason, because I've always done my model making really. It calms me down. It's you go in when you're modelling, you're in another world, in another place. So it's, I suppose, a form of escapism. That's why I model, and I've been making models since about the age of 10, and I'm now not far off 69. So I got a bit of experience. I wouldn't say I was the best modeler in the world, but that isn't important really. It depends on where you want to be with it. I mean, if you want to enter competitions and various things and compete against the best, because there are some brilliant modelers out there, then obviously you've got to get really good. I turn out things reasonably quick. They're not the best, but they're fair. But the other thing is, the most important thing about model making is what you get out of it. And what it can do to you. But I'm not here really to talk about just the model making. What I'm here to talk about is you making a YouTube channel of your own. Now, I've tried a couple of channels in the past and they didn't really get anywhere. And my advice to anybody that's thinking of doing it is this: do something that you love doing. Because when you think I've made 283 videos in 10 months, if you don't enjoy it, that's going to be a chore. If it's a chore, it's going to show in what you do, what you produce. Now, I'm very simple with the way I produce things because I believe in things being natural. I don't edit anything. So if something falls over, goes wrong while I'm doing it, well, guess what? It's on there. Because that's what happens in real life. You know, that was real life. It's not staged. I haven't done it deliberate for a laugh or something. You can laugh if you want, because even I do sometimes have a chuckle and think, oh look, I'm filming this and this has happened. But forget that. What you need to do is focus on what you want your channel to do. I want my channel to portray the art of modelling, doesn't matter what it is you're making, as a form of calming your mind, escaping. We all lead nowadays busier lives. I mean, I'm still working, so you need some form of escape at the end of the day. Watching TV and things like that doesn't really work for me. I do watch YouTube because I do find that a better alternative than ordinary TV. And that's one reason also why I wanted a channel of my own, because I watch lots of other people's channels as well. And to me, it's good entertainment. So you've got to find something that you are good at and something that you can do day in, day out quite easily. I mean, I sometimes sit there while I'm working and think, oh, tonight I'll make a video about whatever. and then I start putting it together very loosely. I don't normally have a script. This is my script for tonight. This little piece of paper, just it's a few reminders on there. It just says on there 90,000 views, 1,031 subscribers, 283 videos, 1,598 public watch hours, and I've been running 10 months. That's it. That's my script for tonight. So I'll get rid of that now. But the thing is, you've got to love whatever it is that you're doing. And people will know whether you are or not, because by the way you portray yourself and what you're doing. I think I've got about 16 different categories on there of modelling. So I will just set up, if I make a lot of railway stuff, it's mainly railway, but I do cover other areas. But again, that's not important. What's important is, one, find a subject that you really love. Then just start making videos. Now I've got a Canon camera, which probably I bought it on eBay, new, probably £700-800. All right, some people can't afford that, but I'll tell you something for nothing. 80% of my videos that you watch, if you do watch me, are made on my phone. A very cheap phone. It's not an expensive, it's not an all singing, all dancing. But what you find on most phones now is the camera is better than most digital cameras that people own. Not that people own much cameras now, because we all find that the phone suffices. That's all you need, is that. This thing up here behind me, okay? The phone fits into it. It's got a simple little thing. Few pound, I don't know what it was, 15, 18 pound on eBay. It bolts onto my worktop and I can move it about where I want. There we are, that's my film studio. And I have a simple ring light, very cheap one, but it works. That's all I use. And then away I go. I just sit down and start doing whatever it is I'm going to do. And what do I do the next day? More if I want to. I might miss a couple of days out. But the thing is, start to build it up. And people will then start to find you. Try and provoke comments if you can. I'm not very good at that, but I'm beginning to learn by watching other people. At the end of it, tell people or ask people to subscribe to your channel. If they're interested in what you're doing on your channel, then click the like button, click subscribe and click the bell, so that every time you put something on there, that will ping up on that person's device, whatever they're watching you on, and they can then follow what you're doing and build up that way. I've watched a lot of these things about doing it all very quick and all the rest of it. It doesn't really suit me in that sense. Perhaps it's because I'm older. If you're young and you're really into it, because I've had to learn computing. I've had to learn how to get the film from my camera onto my computer. I've got a MacBook Air. I put it onto there, and then I go from there and I can add the bit. So I'm still learning all the time, and there's a lot of things I've probably missed. But the thing is, my subscribers are over 1,000 now, which is the aim of most people in the beginning. Because what you'll find is, once you get to a certain point, things start to happen. Because I don't know how the whole of the YouTube thing works, and as from what I've watched and all the rest of it, it varies all the time. I'm not really going to sit there trying to beat a system that I don't fully understand anyway. But all I'm saying is this: find your niche that you're really good at. It's got to be something you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, trust me, it won't work, and you'll get fed up in a very short space of time. The other thing is, don't give up. Just keep going. I started looking at my things in the beginning, and when I got about 3 subscribers and 5, you can probably get about 5 just out of your family. But the thing is, they might subscribe there, but they might never watch anything. So they're not really a lot of good. You want subscribers that are going to watch you, because then obviously that starts to push things up. And I understand as much as when things do start going up, then YouTube start looking at you. They don't look at what you're doing. They're not really interested in what you're doing. But what they think is, oh, if people are watching you for hours and hours and hours, then how does YouTube make its money? By advertising. So it sticks adverts in. And even if you elect not to have the adverts, you can still earn a proportion of that money that that person has paid not to have the adverts. So in a sense, you can't really lose from that point of view. So that is it. I mean, I do things very basically, really. People spend thousands of pounds. I mean, you can see my workshop around here. It's a bit cluttered, but that's how I am. The reason is I've got 4 or 5 projects on the go all the time. So I can vary it. I can make one bit one day, 2 days later I can be working on something else. And the reason I do that is because I like multiple things, but I'm hoping that I might be perhaps covering 2 lots of people then. One if I'm doing Hornby 003 rail, and another one if I'm making card kits. I'm making some card stuff at the moment because that's what I've got into and quite enjoy it. It is very therapeutic and quite inexpensive, which is another thing. I look for inexpensive things. You can spend thousands of pounds on hobbies, but I haven't got thousands of pounds. So, you know, that's another aspect of my channel is looking, you can still get fun, but you can do it cheaper, and how I look around for things. So that's it really in a nutshell. 1, you've got to really love, I can't emphasize this enough, what you're doing, because if you don't, it won't work. 2, you've got to stick at it. Just stick at it, because what happens every now and again, you'll get a little kind of bump where things go up a bit, and then they go along a little bit, and you think, that's a bit, and then they go up a bit. So you do get kind of pushed along, and if you keep on with that flow, as far as I can see, it will work. All right, it might take time. I set myself a goal of 3 years to get to a point where I can earn something. I don't know what I'm going to earn. Probably, you know, I'm never going to be a massive channel. But if you can get yourself a real good regular audience, then that will keep things flowing. But it's not only just that. For me, myself, I'm spreading out there what I feel about my hobby and how it makes me feel. And hopefully somebody else will gain that from it, which is what I would really like. Somebody else to be able to calm themselves at the end of their working day. Sometimes I only do say 10 minutes modelling at the end of my day because I've got other commitments, but that's enough. That's enough to just set my mind at peace and at rest, and then I can just get on with whatever it is I'm doing. So I hope that's been useful to somebody out there, but just don't give up. Once you've found what you want to do, just play with it. Just put videos out. Don't be frightened of sitting in front of the camera. I could sit here all day now, and perhaps I'll probably just waffle on too much anyway. But I can sit here. I feel very relaxed sitting in front of this bright light, and talking to myself and a reflection coming back on the screen on the camera. But that doesn't matter. But that's all you've got to do. Get over that bit. The more you sit in front of it, the easier it becomes. And when I'm actually doing something, making something, trying to show somebody something, then, you know, hopefully I'm doing some good. So that roughly is in my 10 months in a nutshell, and my 1,031 subscribers. Most days now I gain a subscriber or 2, and you get a little bit where you might gain 3 or 4 in one day, and that's a plus that really drives you on. So I know that there are people out there watching me, and I just want to carry on doing what I'm doing, because I get enjoyment and hopefully other people do. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll probably be back maybe tomorrow for a little while, doing a bit more modelling, because I've advanced my model on a little bit more, and I'll show you how I've got on in the next video. But anyway, if you are thinking of making a YouTube channel, just listen to what I've got to say and see if that you know, is something you would like to do, but you do have to persevere with it. It just doesn't come that easy, but it will come. That is the thing. So anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.